Hello guys, my name is Jenny and I make videos about East Asian culture, specifically Japan. As a person that lives in Japan, I really want to increase the transparency. So I make in-depth talking vlogs, basically helping people abroad understand kind of more of a local perspective on everything about Japan. The whole point of my channel basically is to give a more informative perspective and explanation to some of the things that you might see while you're in Japan and throughout the city, and by extension the country of Japan, because I feel like there's a lot of people that won't like this barrier. There's a lot of people still curious about a lot of different things about Japan, so that's kind of what my channel serves as. But I gotten so many requests to basically make an in-depth video on how to travel in Japan, so this is that video. Before I begin this video, although I'll be mentioning a lot of places and activities that are universally well known in Japan, things like food and items to shop for and just personal shopping recommendations are completely subjective to me. Anything that I say in this vlog or recommend in this vlog is personally something that I truly recommend. So any single place, any single restaurant, just anything that I mention is a recommendation of mine. Secondly, I'm going to be talking in an Americanized version of these words because it's hard for me to switch dialects mid-sentence, so please bear with me on that. And with all that out of the way, let's get started. So the first topic is accommodations. Where do I even stay? And a lot of people might be debating between an Airbnb and a hotel. Personally, I will 100% always recommend a hotel. For some reason, Airbnbs are very far away from the city center being like Shibuya. And for some reason, Airbnbs here are so overpriced, I will not recommend an Airbnb. I would say just stick to a hotel. Now for the location of the hotel, I'm going to recommend from the city center outwards. So this is going to go from my most recommended to my least recommended, starting from the city center, expanding outwards in that order. Shibuya, Shinjuku, Ginza, Ikebukuro, Roppongi, Akihabara, Asakusa, Ueno. Also, any station on the Yamanote line is also a secondary good choice. While you're reserving a hotel, please make sure that you are at least within 5 minutes walking distance. Check the hotel on Google Maps. If it's not 5 minutes walking distance to some sort of train station, especially the Yamanote line or the Baker stations that I just mentioned, it will be a hassle and you will have to walk a lot. Considering you're going to be doing shopping and other activities throughout the day, I personally will not recommend it. It is worthwhile to invest in a hotel that is very close to the station, maybe 5, if at max 10 minutes. But the closer to the station, the better. Your feet will thank you in the long run. Now, how many days is enough to see all of Japan? Personally, I would recommend the longer the better. If you just want a taste of the city and you're geographically just close enough to come here for a couple of days, then I will recommend 4 days. If you somewhat already enjoy Japanese culture, anything ranging from anime to fashion to gaming to cafes to the food to the convenience stores, just things like that, 7 days will hit the spot. But if you're an otaku, I would say to come literally 2 or more weeks. You will have a lot of stuff and a lot of sights to see here, and if you just want to see everything, I would recommend at least 2 weeks or more. The next topic is payments. Should I bring a physical card or cash? Most malls, stores, and franchise cafes or restaurant will accept card, just like anywhere else in the world. Sometimes Apple Pay doesn't work in select stores, so I would say it works about 70% of the time, so don't rely on that as your only payment method. Definitely bring a physical card just in case. Do I actually need cash? Yes, I would recommend to bring cash. You can either bring your local currency and change it when you get to Japan, or you can bring Japanese currency with you. You'll be using cash in things like the vending machines here, some local restaurants. So places like ramen shops, curry shops sometimes only take cash, especially if it's the restaurants with the little vending machines at the front, then those restaurants tend to only take cash, so it's good to have some on hand. When you arrive here, you will have to get a transportation card. I recommend getting a Suica on your phone. Now, for some reason before they would only take Amex or MasterCard, but now they're also taking Visa. This payment option could change at a later date, so if anything changes, I'll update it below in the description. There's 2 types of main transportation card, either the Pasmo or the Suica. These days, the Suica doesn't have a physical version, but as I said, you can get a Suica directly on your phone, and if you're lucky enough to find a station that actually has a physical Pasmo, just get the Pasmo. If you have a Suica, Suica will be used for a lot of different payment methods, not just in the transport, but things like the vending machines, some select restaurants. Throughout the city, there's actually multiple places. As you're shopping and as you're going by throughout the city, you'll kind of realize it, but Suica is an accepted form of payment in so many different places, things that you wouldn't really even think about before. So I recommend loading up your Suica on your Apple Wallet and just paying with that. Now the next topic is, how expensive is Japan? Is Japan actually cheap? I would say the food in the cafes that you go to will range between $8 to $20. Yes, cafe and food options alike, because coffee is almost the same price as ramen. But the dining options are super affordable here, and the transportation is a bit more on the pricey side. It can cost anywhere between $3 to $6 just going around the city. One of the reasons for that is there's actually no concept of like transfers for a lot of the different subway stations. So because of that, you're actually going to be tapping out and tapping in again when you get from point A to point B, and that's going to add up to 2 trips equaling like $5. Next topic is safety. Is Japan actually safe? Yes, Japan is extremely safe with low crime rates compared to other major cities, but please still be careful, especially if you're a woman. Just like anywhere you go, I think anywhere can be dangerous, even though it is a relatively safe city, so please still exercise caution wherever you're traveling to. Personally, for me, even walking alone at nighttime did not feel scary. Even when I'm with my other female friends, it did not feel scary at all. There's a lot of people, which kind of helps with feeling less alone, and as a whole, it's one of the most safest cities that I've lived in. The next topic is language. Do you actually need to know Japanese to get around in Japan, or do you need a Japanese friend? You will be able to get around just by using Google Maps. Google Maps is great in English. The customer service culture is super impeccable here, so if you do try to talk to a server or worker, they will try their best to help you out, even if you're not good at Japanese. I would recommend getting Google Maps and some translation apps to help you if you are not able to communicate properly. The next topic is transportation. Transportation to and from the airport. Do not take a taxi. Everyone knows that this is a huge red flag. Do not take a taxi. Take Skyliner or Next, which is 2 bullet trains that go straight to the city center from Narita. The next topic is food. For the classic chain restaurants, if you don't know where to go and you just want something good to eat, and you just want to try local Japanese food while you're in Japan, I would recommend Ichiran Kura Sushiro Koko Ichibanya, Yakiniku like Mr. Donut Saizeriya, Pepper Lunch Yoshinoya, Katsukura, and Bakery Donkey. Now for the actual like food recommendations or must eats when you come to Japan. I'll recommend Motomura Gyugatsu, Ono roast beef, Little Pool coffee omurice, Shodai, Hanayama udon, Katsudonya zuicho, Maguro and shari. For standard food options without a specific restaurant tied to them, the local foods I recommend trying are takoyaki oden dango, udon gyudon omurice, skewers mochi melon soda, Calpe's momo water pokeri, Fanta pretz ocha, matcha latte fruit sando, grilled meat, and Japanese cakes from department stores. The next topic is attractions, things you must see in Japan. Shibuya Crossing, the cat display in Shinjuku, Kabukicho, Disneyland, Asakusa Kaminarimon, Shibuya Sky, Tokyo Skytree, Tokyo Tower, Miyashita Park, Teamland Meiji Jingu Shrine. Certain activities I recommend are trying to go to a maid cafe, either at home or maid dreaming are the most popular ones, animal cafes, the Shiba Inu cafe, any cat cafe, otter cafes, these are all located within Harajuku, going to a matsuri to see fireworks, going to arcade like Taito Station, Pure Land if you're a fan of Sanrio, renting a kimono in Asakusa, Mario go-karting, trying a Gachapon, which is the capsule toys, you'll see them throughout the city, trying a Kuji in an Animate, which is a random lucky draw, going to a collab pop-up store or cafe, and shopping within the city in general. Speaking of shopping, the next topic is must-buys. J-beauty and skincare have become really popular in the West these days, so if you're watching this video outside of Japan and you still want to buy these products, I have international sites linked below for some of these items. I'll try to link all of the ones that I can find online. First of all, let's talk about where to find these items. You can try Don Quijote, Matsumoto Kiyoshi, Sundrug, Cosme, and Anzen Tulpe. The stores that I just mentioned are the main drugstores in Japan, but you might be able to find it at a cosmetic shop or your local pharmacies as well. For skincare, sunscreen by Biore, they also have a mist version, sunscreen from Anisa, Quality First face mask, the VC100 or tea tree type, Murano CC Deep Clear Foam, and the tubed vitamin C serum for dark spots, Kiana Rice face pack, Sana soy milk wrinkle eye cream, cotton rounds, pear cream for acne, Sake Lee's face pack. For makeup, I recommend the Tear Cushion, Hair mascara or eyeliner, Can Make cream cheek, Can Make Munoto highlighter, a Japanese eyelash curler, the Shiseido one is really good, long lasting moisturizing lip gloss by Cezanne, this is a Korean brand but Laka Fruit Glam lip tint, and colored lenses in general. Two beauty brands that I recommend with super pretty packaging is Paul and Joe and Jill Store. You can find them at most department stores in Japan. Hair care, YOLO Relax Night Repair Shampoo and Treatment, and Honey Melty Moist Repair Shampoo and Treatment, Shiseido Pheno Premium Touch Hair Pack, Yuli's Pink Cat Water Conch Hair Oil, Orbis Essence in Hair Milk and Hair Water, Refa Hairbrush and Scalp Massager, Hairspray Cafe 3D Extra Keep Hair, the purple one, any type of hair point fixer, Motomage Hair Stick, Biore Makeup Remover Tissue, Sanyo Ear Tips in black. For the miscellaneous items, I recommend a toothbrush, specifically the Platinum Nano Toothbrush by Manmo, the adult version, Okuchi Instant Mouthwash, Roto Eye Drops, any heat pack eye mask, Laundrin dress spray in pink, Eve headache medicine, cold head patch for when you have a fever, steam patches for legs and feet, cute hair clips that are non-creasing, usually by Sanrio. They look like this, Sanrio PJs or onesie, and drawstring pouches. I got this at Don Quixote. The next topic is where to shop. For snacks, I recommend getting it from Don Quixote. For other things, for more household common items, I would suggest to buy it in a local mart. Foods I recommend to take home back with you include various flavors of KitKat and Pocky. Japan has a lot of different unique flavors. Instant ramen or udon, matcha tea bags or matcha latte powder, even the lower grade matchas, like the matchas that you can buy for literally $3, is so much better than the US. Even the cheap ones are good. Udon broth, Roy's chocolate chip, this is literally heaven. Furikake, curry cubes, cognac jelly, Calbee potato chips. For clothing, I would recommend in Shibuya, Shibuya 109, Seibu, and Mori. For Harajuku, I would recommend just the streets of Harajuku, the Takeshita Street, Laforet, Atla, Kyo, Parco, Maori, and Uniqlo. To shop for certain characters, cartoons, and anime related stuff, I would recommend, of course, Akihabara, Don Quixote Kiddieland, Tokyo Station Character Street, Dongari for Ghibli related stuff, Tokyo Sky Tree, specifically the Tree Village, but any of the floors have a lot of different character merch, Pokemon Center Tokyo DX, Ikebukuro Pokemon Center, Parco Mall, and Mori Mall. If you want to shop specifically related to anime, I would recommend checking out Animate, Jump, Ami Ami Gigo, Gamers, Zashinban, Suragaria, Happy Elements, Mandarake, and P Parco. I'm going to be making a separate in-depth video about where to shop for anime stuff in Tokyo, so make sure to click the box here for that video. For Sanrio related stuff, I would recommend the gift shop inside Pureland, Sanrio Giftgate, Ikebukuro or Shinjuku branch, Ginza Sanrio store, any branch of Kiddieland, any branch of Don Quixote, Tokyo Character Street, the Shibuya 109 Sanrio shop, the Sanrio Cafe in Ikebukuro, it's in Sunshine City Mall, the Cinema Roll Cafe in Shinjuku, and the Pom Pom Purin Cafe in Harajuku. For Gachapon, aka capsule toy places, I would recommend the Magnet Mall in Shibuya 109, Tokyo Gachapon Street, Gacha Gacha no Mori, specifically the Harajuku and Ikebukuro branch, Gachapon Ikebukuro main store, any branch of Animate, Akihabara Gachapon Hall, the Gacha Gacha shop, and in front of Big Camera in Akihabara, there's a whole street with a bunch of gacha machines. For crane games or claw machines, I would recommend Taitao Station, by far #1, Gigo, and Adora's. If you want to go to cafes related to specific characters, I would recommend the Kirby Cafe, Pokemon Cafe, Peanuts Cafe. Keep in mind that all these cafes come on a reservation basis, so look up online how to reserve it before you go and make sure you have a reservation, or else you're going to be wasting your time. One of the best things about Japan is that they make like household items very affordable and cheap, especially if you go to dollar stores. So I like getting my daily things like kitchenware, homeware, and just miscellaneous goods like hair ties or bobby pins at Daiso, Seria, and the 100 yen store. The next topic is inspiration for shopping. Now these are just some personal recommendations of brands that I like and souvenirs I recommend buying when you're in Japan. First off, for Japanese fashion brands, we have Secret Honey, Liz Lisa, Evelyn, Encre Rouge, Rosita, Mars, Amavel, Bubbles, Pium, Epine, Palfi, and Noemi. For anime or character goods recommendations, I would recommend getting figures, manga books, acrylic stand, keychains, decorative items like photo card holders, gacha gacha, and blind boxes. Because most of these things are produced in Japan, it can actually be a lot cheaper than buying it in the US, especially like figures and acrylic stands, so if you want to buy it for yourself or get a gift for a friend, this can be some great options. Inspiration for Japanese desserts, I would recommend trying the Japanese Dessert Hall, located inside Japanese department stores. The main Japanese department stores are Kyo, Atla, Parco, and Seibu. Also, we have parfaits, crepes, pudding, even the one from the konbini is good, pancakes, and caramelized apple. And with that, thank you so much guys for tuning in, and I hope that this guide / tips video helped you gain a little bit more perspective into what you should do, where you should go while you're visiting Tokyo, Japan. It's honestly been such a long awaited video because so many people ask me all the time my recommendations and just some helpful information to know while you're here. So I hope that you have a wonderful trip to Japan, and if you see me around Tokyo, please feel free to say hi. I'm also planning to host a trip this fall to Japan, so if that's something that interests you and you think that the suggestions and the recommendations I made really resonate with you, then definitely check out below in the description for more details. I plan on hosting these trips every year or so if it's something that interests you, definitely subscribe, and subscribe to my Instagram where I'll be updating on Japan life and activities that we can do together. I also have a broadcast channel on Instagram where I kind of just archive and collect all the cute things I see in the city and give a bit of helpful information and news here and there about cute things that are going on in the city. And with all that out of the way, thank you so much again for watching, and my name is Jenny and I give informative videos explaining the culture and just like a local perspective about Japan. So if these types of topics interest you, definitely consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching!